And howdy doody.
Hello.
We're
Tuesday
back.
discussion.
I know a little short notice on my part was putting up the stream, but forgive me. It's been a weekend.
You haven't felt good, huh?
Boy, talking about freaking body aches.
Wow.
Body aches and temperature. No sniffles, no coughing, no nothing, just body aches and fever.
Wow. Yeah, it sounds like I call that COVID flu.
I did a
It
COVID
sounds like
test.
they're both. Huh?
did
I
the
know you
COVID
got a test too.
and
No.
it came back negative. I did two of them. The first
Yeah.
one, the test was no good, and I did a second one, and it said negative. So
Yeah, I did a test many months ago, and I had those kinds of symptoms, and then I'm like, all right, I got something, and it was a negative test too, and I'm like, oh, whatever. I just said fine, I got something. I think we're so programmed to think that it's something life threatening, that we kind of I just got to tighten that up there. It's getting loose. But yeah, we've got kind of
tighten it up, will you?
we've been programmed to believe that everything is just life threatening, and it's not. So it's just but we still get worried,
You crooked.
Yeah.
Out of level.
It's this way. There we go. One more. Just it's that back cabinet's dictating the crookedness. So if I get rid of that cabinet, then I'm good. And believe me, it's on my list. As soon as I can replace it, I'm gonna. So I'm replacing it with a TV. It's gonna be. It doesn't have to be.
If you're looking for a cheap TV, go on Best Buy. They got smart TVs for like next to nothing right now.
All right, I've noticed that. I mean, for a 55 incher would be perfect back there. Put a 55, and it would take up most of that space.
And that thing was like, there was a 58 for like under $200. I thought it was.
Yeah, dirt cheap. They're trying to get room for Christmas. The new models coming in, they got to fire sale those old models, and they just literally give them away. That's just crazy.
I got the old Best Buy advertisement today, and they said 4K TV starting at $69.99.
Did I remember when you helped me buy that one in my bedroom? I have I don't know, maybe that was a 58 that you helped me buy. You're just all you got to do, guys, is you just got to call Kai and say, hey, I'm looking for a deal on a TV. If you're standing in Best Buy, and then he will tell you which one is available, and you just go right to the manager. Literally, that's what he did. And then I'm like, you have any? Yeah, you said, my friend Kai says you have one of these. And they'll say, oh yeah, we do. I think I ended up paying
the Insignia 58-inch, but it's $270 instead of $380.
And that would be, I mean, I'm not going to even watch the one I'm putting in here. I'm just going to use it for a prop behind my desk and get rid of that big black thing.
Well, here's the Insignia as a 50-inch for $220.
Damn, isn't that crazy? I mean, we grew up with the.
If you can do as a 43-inch, it's $170.
Dang.
And I think a 43 would be plenty to put behind you.
Yeah, because it's not that. I mean, if you look at it's all about like perspective from where you're sitting, and this space here. If you hold your hands out and you kind of look at the screen, it's almost the size of the one I've got in front of me over here. I've got there's my look at that. I got my bindi spot right there. So I can get it right in the middle. Right there. There. Hello.
So how wide is that shelf?
This shelf is probably a little over 2 feet 8 inches, maybe. It's not 3 feet.
Well, the 43-inch is 38 inches wide, so it would be perfect for that.
Yeah, I'm looking, like I said, a budget TV. It'd be nice if it was at least, 1080. I don't even care if it's,
It's 4K.
there you go. I've got 720 sitting in front of me up there. That's the one that our channel's on right now that's running. Here, I'm just going to do a measurement really quick here, space wise here. So, yeah, so we got from there over to here. That's it is 3 feet. Okay, so it is 3 feet.
Okay.
I'm 4 inches off of my estimates. So from here, so just kind of covering this space. So right from that spot to right about there is 4 foot 6 inches. So yeah, 4 feet 6 inches. That's probably a 50 incher, right? I'll probably get the best deal possible on that one.
50 inch is.
I just want you to be able to see the channel on it. And
the 50 inch is 44.4 inches wide.
44.
And you need 54.
54.
At 4 foot 6 inches, yeah, that puts you at 54 inches.
And that wouldn't cover up my dad. I want to keep him there. So
yeah.
That would be
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say hi to folks in the chat here, because we have kind of neglected these guys. Eat More Possum was here first. East Coast Thrills. Michael, Tex Art Strum Guy. Sunrise Water Media. Off Axis. Let me see. Off Axis. Oh, he's been here before. Welcome back. And whoever that random tech guy is.
Welcome.
I think it's that same guy that said he wasn't going to buy it and bought it anyway. Oh, we know who that was. Oh, we know he was lying through his teeth when he said it.
No, I'm not lying. I'm just never sure.
Uh-huh.
There's a difference between a calculated lie and just not really knowing. And you really can have a knee-jerk reaction where they launch it. I mean, you literally that day you can either do it or you don't. There was actually a blackout for several hours. I couldn't order anything, so I basically, just kind of pondered it. Because I couldn't, like, when it was the minute it was announced, I couldn't, like, put an order in. It was basically an email at that point. They're like, all right, so, and then it didn't come live for several hours. So one could make a mistake or not make a mistake. So, but it happened. The stars were aligned in the right way. The Air 3 happened to go out the door in a really nice way. And that made an opening for the Mini 4 to come in the other door.
Okay. So what?
So one door is going this way, and then the other door is coming this way, and they cross paths in space, and then they end up in your door.
Well, the other way, I mean, what or who are you going to sell now that the Pocket 3 is imminent?
Nothing. I'm never going to buy that.
Yeah.
What? I got tons of cameras. I got cameras all over the place.
Yeah.
I've got a perfectly good Pocket 2 right now that there's no way I'm going to sell. The thing is like 15 years old by now. There is no market for the Pocket 2. And believe me, I am still using that Pocket 2 like it just came out of the box. That was probably DJI's best camera ever made.
Well, now we have the Pocket 3. There's
mean,
plenty of images leaked on that thing already on the old X.
I was ready to get.
The artist formerly known as Twitter.
Let's see if we can. Let's see if now. Was there any more images that came other than the one that I saw?
I saw a number of them.
A number. I've now. There's the one. The only one I've got is the one that I hear. If you tell me if this is the tell me if this is the one that you've seen.
Yep, that is one of them I saw.
All right. Yeah, so it says Pocket 3 right
There's
there.
more.
There's more than that, huh? I haven't been very observant.
Yeah, no. Same guy that released that one released other pictures of it too.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm see save image. I like to save these images. I just keep them. This is the other one that I saw here that I think is even more important than that one. And I think you'd be appreciative of this image right here. If you just share this for a brief second.
Hold on. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that show. I can't believe it's coming back. They have nothing to find. I've seen more wrestling.
They are, I guess, finally going to have to admit defeat.
This is year 11. 11 years of my life.
Here's the other one that they.
All right, let me see if I can go ahead and post it there. Let me take this one down.
Share screen and share window, and there we go. There it is.
Oh wow, look at that. That looks like a watch. But it's probably just the screen that's sitting on the
screen.
That'd be great if they had a watch. You just like
so
that's a big old screen.
Well, you zoom in, anything looks healthy, right?
Yeah, there's only three. There's 3 images, and I think there's one with the panda bear or whatever the heck is on it. So this is basically just boasting. It's probably got maybe a 3-inch screen.
And we've got this one.
Yeah, that's the other one. Oh, that's pretty good size if you put it in. So it's going to have quite a touch screen. And with my eyes the way they are, I really love the Pocket, but my biggest problem is being able to see completely what's framed. So I do use my phone. So a lot of times when I get to a place where I'm going to shoot, I'll put the camera up, set it up, get it all on, and then I'll connect it up to my phone, make sure that it's in focus and everything, and then I click it off. So I use my phone right now.
Yeah, but yeah, there's several images available on that thing already.
Yeah, another $500 toy. That thing that's what it's going to be. That's what they cost. That's what the last creator combo was. It was $500. It is competing with the Action 4. So it'd have to be in the $399-ish range somehow. Depending on what kind of camera they stick on that, 1/1.3.
So Alvexes wants to know what I'm working on. Actually, right now, I'm not working on anything.
That's sad. He just hasn't felt good, guys.
I haven't felt good, and then watching this latest video from the FAA regarding remote ID, if that don't make you sick, I don't know what will.
I actually have an experiment that I think I'd like to try. I'm not going to play the audio for this. Okay.
Okay.
I want you to look at, all their faces. Okay. I'm going to put it up on my screen, and
Okay.
then I'm just going to play it in quiet without any sound. Look at the expressions of the two people that are listening to the FAA. Okay. And just, the freeze frame I'm at right now will tell you a lot. I'm an educator. I'm a teacher. I am very intuitive when it comes to pictures and images. Images tell me a huge story, and this one is telling you a story as well. So just let me go ahead and just put this up here and share it. And we don't even have to hear it. Actually, the subject is FRIAs. Okay. This is the subject they ask about, a FRIA. All right. So this is
Okay.
their,
Go ahead. Share that.
I'm just setting it up. I got to set up I got to set up the scene here. Okay.
While you do that, I'm going to say hi to Jim's real quick. Jim Stronning joined us now. All right, here we go.
Look at that
All
freeze frame. They're talking about FRIAs. Who's in charge of that conversation right there? Of course, the upper left-hand corner is of course, the guy in charge of it's Kevin. Okay. And you've got Greg, and then I forget the name of the alien drones. What's his name?
Keith.
All right. Keith there. So I'm just watch their faces. Keith's going, sure, I totally agree with this. Greg is like, oh my gosh. And of course, FAA is dictating. There's no give and take going on there. It's completely, the
disconnect between the FAA and the wishful thinking.
Watch Greg's hands. Watch Greg's hands. Watch him.
Yeah.
His hands are telling you a story. You can tell he's very disappointed because, and of course he's reading comments as this is going through. Keith is just, he's the moderator, right?
No.
Or is he? Or is, no, he's not. It's remote ID. It's the event.
FAA was the moderator, and they get simulcast on alien drones too, I think. Right. I don't know if
So he's trying to hold his cool and say, yes, okay. And Greg is just like, he's just not comfortable with what's going on. You can tell he's just not. And Keith is just, oh yeah, good point. I really agree with that, but this tells you, this gives you an idea what so they were discussing FRIAs, and then they move on to remote ID. So now they're talking about remote ID, and he's probably saying, oh yeah, remote ID is good for this, and I'm not afraid of Karen or Ken or whatever. And but one of the things I noticed about the Kevin's response to things, especially with FRIAs, was that he said, not everybody, he didn't say it in these words. He said, not everybody is important enough to validate us and our infinite wisdom to grant them a FRIA. It's, granting you, it's not our airspace, it's our airspace. You can possibly put your thing in. And you can definitely feel that in this conversation. And,
war.
Kevin's doing his job. I mean, I'm not saying anything. It's his job. His job is to administer.
Well, here's the thing. Kevin is an inspector, and what else did he do? Investigator. Okay, he was an investigator and he was an inspector for the FAA, and now he's the drone guy. I don't even know what qualifies him to be a drone guy, other than he's made a career of being at the FAA. Yeah, he might be the nicest guy you've ever met, but I'm just. Everybody needs to watch this video. And I just put the link in the chat for everybody to go to it after the show, obviously, and I will put it into the description later.
If you're in a conversation amongst three people and everybody's on board, the expressions would show it. Not everybody's on board this conversation at all. It's a one-man show. And even, if I was invited onto a show, whatever, I mean, your what you look at, how you appear in that conversation, shows, whether I'm sitting there over here.
This is what happens when your agent uncle tries to be cool.
But
that's what this is. The uncle that's still acting like he's 30, but he's 60, and his jokes are 30 years old too. But yeah, it
is what it is. So.
Granted, it clarified a bunch of shit, but also get this. So, and this is important for our FPV folks out here. So if you buy a kit, meaning you buy a drone in pieces and you solder it together yourself, according to this dude right there at the FAA, it is that manufacturer's responsibility to have standard remote ID delivered with it, because they're still the producer of the kit, meaning that if they start selling drones and just leave parts of it for you to install later to get around the restriction, not happening. Okay, it's still considered a kit, and the kit is produced by somebody, and it's the producer's responsibility to be remote ID compliant. Now, if you build your own drone from scratch, meaning you buy the frame here and your motor's there and your controller somewhere else, and you solder it together, then you become the producer. And then it's your responsibility to get a standard remote ID put into it, even though such animal doesn't even exist at this point. And for something like this to exist, Radio Master would have to come out, or anybody that makes remotes or controllers would have to come out with a new radio that has a built-in GPS that transmits that data to the flight controller. You're
saying that 107 pilots have to have a aircraft that already comes standard with it, so it can't be a module.
Yeah.
So
107 pilots are completely screwed right now.
Yeah. So if you put up a compliant drone for a consumer, to show a consumer that compliant drone, you can't fly it because it doesn't have remote ID standard in it, assuming that even if it's under 250 grams, if it doesn't have it in it, you can't fly it anyway.
Well, here's the thing. The 250 gram exemption doesn't apply to 107.
Right.
Okay. You don't have, and that was something that was brought up, flying recreational under the 107 rules. I don't even know what the frick they're talking about. You either fly 107, you fly recreational. Flying recreational under 107 rules, there's no such animal. But no, the FAA is so freaking isolated from reality that they're setting the rules and expect the industry to catch up with them. And I don't know how this is going to work, that the Chinese are going to comply with the FAA.
Well, and that's kind of where it is, because the industry that's mostly non-commercial is already they're already with most of them have contracts with the federal government, where DJI doesn't have a contract with the federal government to do anything. And so that's, they basically, it's kind of in a way, it's protection. It's a protectionism, because there's, DJI has to jump through all these hoops, and they have to do all these things that who knows what, I guess compliant companies can go to an FAA official, because they are not under blacklist, and they can just say, yeah, we got standard remote ID, and tell us what it is. But it's a different relationship. One is adversarial, the other one is supportive. So it's basically drone wars.
Yeah. So actually, at this point, I'm actually glad I don't have a 107.
Angry.
What are you doing? At this point, I'm actually somewhat glad that I don't have a 107 license, because you 107 folks really got screwed right now. And I guess Nick Burns is just going to fly the tiny whoops inside, because he can't, technically can't fly them in the backyard anymore, unless he applies for an exemption.
Yeah, we'll see what Nick decides to do, because
but yeah, it's, and some of the questions that come up in that thing were like ramp checking. I'm like, okay, why would you get ramp checked as a 107 pilot? Somebody thinks a little too important of himself, I guess. But yeah. So FPV, keep your shit on the 250, and don't get crazy and get a 107 certificate. Just stay under the recreational rules and be done with it. Shut down your YouTube channel, so you don't even. Yeah. There's the segue right there. There's the segue. There's the segue for that.
I just wanted everybody to smile, because we start talking about that crap, and then you can't smile anymore when you can look at this cute little drone right here. Look how cute he is. Look at how cute he is right there.
But guess what? Guess what?
So cute.
FAA says if you have remote ID on board, you need to use it, even if you're sub 250.
I'm petting it. It's so cute. It's happy.
Yeah. But the Mini 4 has remote ID built into it, and even if you're sub 250, you expect it to leave it on. So it's just a matter of time when the 250 that exemption is going to crumble too.
It is. Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm very happy to fly this very capable little bird.
Yeah. Actually, quite honestly, that thing has me pondering selling the Air 2S and getting that.
It's okay. What do I like about it the most? Number one thing.
The speed.
No, it's tiny. I like how small. I don't when I go places with the Air 3 or the Mavic 3, I had a good sized bag. Actually, the Mavic 3, I already showed you that I put it in a pretty small bag. I only had one battery with it. I mean, this thing, just a teeny little bag like this. I can throw it in my backpack, and it sits in my car, and it's teeny. It doesn't weigh anything. You can throw it in your, pretty much anywhere you go. It's just easy to not forget it. And to put it up takes just a few seconds. You turn on your controller, the only thing is with the controller, you got to put the freaking knobs on every time. But I like portability. To me, the portability is just simple. Yeah, it is
Well,
fast, but it is fast.
you know, I'm looking at it. I can fly it here. I even leave the remote ID on. I don't give a flip. But I can take it with me to Europe and fly it in Europe.
Oh, very easy to portable. You don't have to worry about lots of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want,
And Sam is here, Itchy Sack FPV. Yes, I'm feeling better. Thank you.
itchy sack. Yeah, I am
The
interested.
artist formerly known as Sam Burns.
Yeah, I I am interested in the Pocket 3, of course. It's time for an upgrade, and I almost got. I've been watching. I still watch. I'm still watching Oz or Action 4 videos. Um, I'm going to get one or the other for sure. It's not. There's no question about that. I worry about that when I say this. When I start talking this way, like I'm going to buy it, no question. Sometimes I don't buy it. That's the scary thing. I don't want to talk myself out of it because it's going to be very. I mean, it's going to have the better mics, and I'm. Then another thing is that the new mics, the old ones are great too. I mean that mic that comes with the Pocket Creator Kit is still firing up, and it's never went dead on a stream or anytime I've been out vlogging. The battery, I actually bought a battery handle for a new battery for the Pocket 2. It was $23, come from China. It adds I don't know, another hour to the battery life. But you can't, it's not like the Creator Kit handle. You are limited in what you can do. You could use it just as a charging handle. But so anyway, I really enjoy the Pocket. It isn't as good, I mean, as far as the if you've got as far as the stabilization. So I'm hoping that with the Pocket 3 they include some kind of stabilization other than the gimbal. I mean, it would make no sense, but to me it does. Lock the gimbal when I just want to use stabilization and I don't want to threaten the gimbal to be. I'd be interested to see if that's what happens. But
Offer both Rocksteady and
yeah,
the gimbal.
yeah, it might not. I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't, but I can also think of a lot of reasons why that if you add electronic stabilization with the a mechanical gimbal support. Like I said, I can think of a lot of reasons to do that, but we'll see what happens. Bigger screen's a big deal. It's going to have probably better active following, even though the face track is pretty good. I don't necessarily like face tracking very much. I like to have, I operate it mostly like like an Action 4, but I like the form factor. It's very unintimidating. And if you take it somewhere, it's kind of like this. It's small and unintimidating. People are not threatened by this. It's little and it's cute. Same thing with the Pocket. But when you pull out a camera like this, oh, that's a camera. Don't take my picture, But if you get that little gimbal, it's down. I've got it I think I got it in my car. I drive with it everywhere. So, but yeah, so far so good. So happy with the Mini.
Well, yeah, the videos I've seen from you on that are pretty good. I'm very much impressed, and
It's hard to trying to think if
see
I
to
have it.
me, no, I have the Air 2S was the RC Pro,
Uh-huh.
which means the RC Pro is not going to be compatible with the Mini 4 because O3 versus O4.
Right.
Okay. So the alternative would be get a Mini 3 Pro without a controller, but we're talking $700 for that thing.
Right. Nothing's
So
cheap. No, there's
um,
nothing. I'm trying to think if I have a clip that I'd like to share if I could find it, but I don't know if I thought I took it off the. I thought I downloaded a clip, and I'm not seeing it. It just is so everybody's seen tracking before, and one of the things we talked about before the show, we kind of just quickly hit on all the crashes. People are freaking crashing. How can you put all of the sensors that this thing has? They're all over the place. This is why I think that if you're mentally unstable, you should always just buy a drone that doesn't have sensors, because it doesn't matter how many sensors that go on that, you're still going to run it into something. And it used to be a joke about me, crashing all the time. And pretty interesting. I haven't crashed since 2018, where every guy that says that they're a drone expert has broken their freaking Mini 4s already. I'm not even knocking on wood because I'm not that stupid. And I've tested the obstacle avoidance on this. I know exactly what it can and it can't do. Same thing with the Mini or with the Air 3. And this is the problem with the thinking of some people. They go, since it has obstacle avoidance, I am going to put it through a test that is going to break it. That makes zero sense to me.
Well, it's, people take it as a challenge.
I'm
It's it's no different than the whole thing. How stupid can you be? People take that as a challenge. They say, "Oh, this thing can't be crashed." Challenge accepted. How stupid can you be? Challenge accepted. All right.
Yeah, it makes you angry. And the reason why everybody's crashing is this. They think that the computer software that it's using to basically see in 3-dimensional space is as fast as they want it to be, and not as fast as the drone needs it to be. So to think that you can drive in a car full speed or be on a bike full speed, and for it to avoid obstacles in a very dense area, it will not do that. The Skydio couldn't do it. So why would you think this thing would do it? But on the other hand, what it can do is at a reasonable speed, as at one that the computer software can understand, it will avoid pretty much every obstacle. It without any question. I walked through trees. I walked through close to buildings. I avoided things that I know the obstacle avoidance can't see. It can't see very thin wires, and it can't see like netting. Okay. So if you got very fine netting and stuff like that, that's just logical. But it'll see trees. It will see any kind of pole. It will see dense buildings. It sees all that, and it finds a path. It is absolutely alien. It is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I just stuck it up about 30 feet from me, and I walked through a minefield, and it just went. And then I also put it in active track mode. So not only was it finding the way through stuff, it was moving. It was on a predetermined path. So it was turning in a circle around me as it was finding its way through trees and, normal stuff, not like a dense forest where, there's little twigs sticking out. That's stupid to think that it's going to do that.
So Brandt's got a question for you. How about the cottonwood avoidance sensor? I mean, you as an expert in getting stuck in cottonwood trees, you have any opinion on that subject?
Yes. When you fly FPV, all of these rules are out the door. Everything I say is
Brent, I think I need to clear something up. Putting your FPV drone on an electric fence will not recharge the battery. I don't care who told you it would. Okay.
An
It does not. It don't work that way.
we're getting down to pure logic, you know. So, and that's when once you start getting to logic, you might as well just throw all logic out the door. Here, let me see if I can
And
find a.
apparently Yellow Rose got rejected from the great state of Texas. He's in Illinois. He just popped in here. Howdy, Lee. So
I mean, here I found that clip. All right. Okay. Never mind one of the things I learned about this clip other than that the drone works really good. I'm bald right about here.
yeah, well,
Bald.
that's why you have these things.
I'm losing my hair. All right. Let me just let me open this up and just.
Oh, do you know why men don't ever have bad hair days? As long as it's still there, we're perfectly happy with it. We don't care what it looks like. All right. Okay. Hold on.
All right. There it is. There's a Sasquatch. Oh, no, it's Bigfoot. No, that's just me. All right. So I'm just carrying the controller and remember, it's in active track. And I'm going to go down where there's like a field where there's trees and stuff. It's like, and there's poles and crap. So remember, it's in active track. So it's going around me. It's trying to find ways to go around my left. And I'm just kind of watching. And right away I can see that it's going to do it's. I really don't have to worry about it. So there it's going to find me. It's going to go around. And I think I go down to the trees and then I let it figure its way through these. So it's like, I can't go that way. It wants to go that way. See? And if you go at a reasonable speed, okay, it's going to say, okay, I can't go there. And it just goes around it. I mean, that is freaking unbelievable. And it wants to go that way again. Guys, and it's going to do the same thing. Now it's going over this tree. Reacquire me, go around. And then I'm like, literally, you can see my attitude. I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe it's doing this. And I actually walked down. There's some custodians that are working on a field over there. And so it's still doing the same thing. It's trying to travel to my left. It's trying to get around me. And I don't know if it was, if one of the reviewers that I can't remember who did an active track. Look at that. There he goes, finds me through the tree. You got to be, you guys, that's got to blow you away. Now to the right, there's a net and there's a pole there, but I have it really close to me. So it's only trying to determine, it's only trying to work. See, now it's going to find its way. See the pole there? Finds that. Now it's going to get around to the front, I think. Okay. Oh, there's another tree. It's like, damn, can I ever go that direction? It's going to find me again. That is just, how can you crash this? Okay, this is how you crash it. You get on a bike and do this, or you get in your truck and do this. So now it's going to find its way around. It's going to go, all right. I now can freely move past this.
Now you should have done the same flight in sport mode.
You can't. Sport mode turns the sensors off. Okay. It's
why.
Really slow. I've got it on a really slow speed. So now it's going to get behind me and it's going to start to travel past that pole and then get to the other side. And like I said, I'm going to test it again. Okay. I'm going to go through the fence here and I'm going to pull, these are bigger trees. And then there's a building over here. So it finds its way through this little skinny area right there. It finally gets sick of following me. It literally, when it finally stops following, it turns off. It just stops. And there's nothing to make it do that. Okay. So now it's in front and it's finding the building. There's a building to my left and a tree. Okay. Well, there's actually another segment that it just keeps doing its thing. So, and it doesn't crash, guys. It doesn't crash. And I mean, I have proof that it's completely in 100% perfectly operating condition. But that's just unbelievable that thing does that. And all these companies that are making drones like that can't even get it to fly with the camera. So yeah, it's worth what it costs. And it's not that much.
Well, yeah.
By the way, Kai, your Air 2S can do that too. It just can't do it from the side.
Yeah, because it has no side sensors.
Right. The Mavic 3 can do that, and the Air 3 can do that.
Well, the reason I would trade my Air 2S for this would be, if I go to Germany and then I'll have a sub 250 to be compliant with regulations over there.
All right. So you're in Germany, you got your Mini 4, and you're flying, and you're in normal mode, and you get too close to some trees, it's not going to hit it. It is not going to hit the trees unless you take it out of normal mode and put it in sport mode. And a lot of people are doing that. Like when I was flying that really fast little segment, I had it in sport mode. I knew that if I freaking hit anything.
It's scary how many people will put it in a sport mode and then act all shocked to find out that obstacle avoidance wasn't working anymore.
Well, it turns off. I mean, it tells you that. You turn it in sport
It
mode.
does. But I guarantee you there's about half those guys out there. Oh, I didn't know about that. What kind of bullshit is this?
Well, it's broken. No, freaking doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I can break stuff too. I know how to break stuff. Believe me.
We know you're good at breaking stuff.
And anyway, it's really good. And I think everybody's starting to figure that out. And to have it in a mini version, to have the same capability. I didn't think DJI was going to do that. I didn't think they were going to put the same capability you can get in two other flagships that they have in this one, and they did. And the way they've got the active track set up, they didn't keep anything back, And I thought they were going to, and they got firmware updates that are going to come in the future. So very happy. I'm very happy with it. And
so the next
next
drone to come out then is the Mavic 4.
The Mavic 4, my God, that's going to be so expensive.
And then it's the Air 4, and then it's the Mini 5.
Oh my God, don't even say that. I'm getting too old for this.
Not to mention, the Pocket 3, and we already got the Osmo, the Action 4, so then we'll have the Action 5.
So anybody with the Mini 3 Pro, you're giving up your side sensors, and that's what you'll gain. So if that's what you want, it's not going to make your camera better. I mean, I saw some side by side. They did something with some of the color science, but you can do that on post.
Tom just reminded me the Air 3S is next.
The Air 3. Oh my God. Hey, they're going to do a Mini 3 SE. And if they do that, I'm going to buy it. No, I'm not going to buy it. If they do
you'll buy it.
If they do a budget version, when you're saying, well, they already have a budget version of it, the standard. No, I want the cheap one. Because the standard one's still $700. That's so much money. And if somebody has not bought the 2 SE yet, the 2 SE is the best starter beginner drone I think that DJI has ever made, price wise. I always get messages from people that are buying their first drones for kids, and a lot of them are buying like Holystone 110 G, the GPS versions of the Holystone that are brushless and stuff. I'm like, just spend a couple extra dollars. Go buy a DJI, you know, SE.
You see Sunrise Lady's comment here?
If it has a DJI logo on it. I didn't buy I don't have an Action 4. You don't see that in my friggin' wallet.
Yeah, but Sunrise has some wisdom for that too. Action 5 comes after Action 4.
Spoiler alert.
That's yeah. I mean, the wisdom that comes out of Chris tonight is just stunning.
Action 1 still hasn't. There's still cameras that can't do what this one does. And everybody, you're a fanboy. Yeah. Because there's still cameras that are like 4th and 5th generation that can't do what this one does. If I was the US government, I'd be afraid too, because the Chinese are doing this crap on their own. And then they started doing this. The 360. So, and yes,
I could get interested in a 360 camera.
And GoPro
No.
GoPro still has a dongle on their freaking volume control.
No, I want if I go for a 3D camera, it'd be that X3, because I think they finally got the seam fixed on the X series.
X2. I'm waiting for there needs to be a big because I know there's like big jumps in technology, and right now there's kind of they're in their 1/1.3 sensor area right now with the Insta company, but Insta is a true dog. They're going to come back to the fight with something big, and they've got really good innovators. So you can't.
Yeah, but it's still going to be the 1/1.3 inch sensor.
Whatever they're going to innovate, they're going to make a 360 camera with a 1/1, 2 1/1.3 inch sensors.
Yeah,
this is why DJI sucks right here. Okay, anybody that's a DJI fan, this is why they suck right here.
DJI or GoPro?
GoPro. Sorry, this is why GoPro sucks. I'm retarded. Okay, all right. So right there. Thank you. They can't get rid of this, and I don't know why they don't do it. I don't know what's wrong with them. They get rid of this, and they're going to get people like me that are going to try them out. But I'm not going to do it until they get rid of this thing. So sucks. I hate that. I hate that thing. I had more videos ruined because of that, and it only took one. It only took a couple. Not to say that my videos are that important. When you go out on a hike and your audio sucks when you get home, you remember that. But I like their color science a lot. I like it better than the DJI color science. Ooh, man, all right, I got to fix my little bindi spot. I'm going to get it right there. I got to learn how to hold it right there.
Right in the middle. we ought to draw a little target on you.
Sean says he has a 361 inch. A lot of people like that. It's a really good camera. And it's hard to get, and it's expensive. I think it was like $500 right now. Get that with the 1 inch module. But do you have the 3 inch? You have the 1 inch front and back, Sean? Do you have the not the 1 inch front facing, but the 1 inch 360? That what we're talking? I think that's what he's saying. That's an interesting camera. That's big dollars. And it's worth it. It has, that's the biggest problem is you get a 4K Insta 360 and you end up with 1080p footage on, in your 360 shot. So, and that's, to me, we're getting there. They're going to perfect it. And the front and back, it's the mod for the RS. Yep. Yeah. The 1 inch mod for the and back. Yeah. Front. Yeah. So that's let me just put it up there just to verify what he's talking about. But yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Let's see here. This one right here. Here, I just posted here really quick. This is the one with the Leica lens. Here, let's go here. Present, share screen. It's this thing I think he's talking about. Right there. That's a 1 inch. That's freaking, that thing is badass. Like that's money that I can't spend. That's $800.
That is
900.
well,
Like, yeah.
anywhere else it's 800. On Amazon, you got the Amazon bonus, makes it 900.
Yeah, it's good, but yeah, there's the parts.
That camera is actually being used with software for like 3D scanning.
Yeah.
And
I would love that camera. I would.
My previous job, they were thinking about buying a camera like that, and then they will. There's a software available where you take that camera, you walk through a room, and scans that room in, and then you can use it in CAT.
Yeah, it's that accurate. 21 megapixel photos, 6K 360. And then of course the low light is always the big factor with the 360 cameras, because it's gotta collect a whole lot of, and it's got 2 sensors, one on each side. That's, a lot of stuff going on. And that just shows you how good Insta is, that they're able to do this. And they've got cameras that do, they got their $5,000 and $10,000 models. Yeah, they're no joke. So they're coming with another groundbreaking, little handheld like the X3. Our X2 is the X2. They don't have an X3 yet, right?
No, they have the X3.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just behind on those guys. I'm waiting for them to get their next generation out there. And yeah, X3 360. That's the one I think that's the one with the big screen. Yeah.
That's the one with a big screen. On that one, they finally have that seam, between the two cameras, that seam that was very visible on the X2.
Right.
It's almost invisible on that camera.
Yeah, they're getting really good. That's $449 right now. So that's actually, and you definitely have a 250. You have to have a 256. Then you have to have the creativity. The apps are really good. The apps are amazing, but it takes a lot of phone and it takes a good computer to do the editing, but it's worth it. At 5.7K, 2880p. So it's
Sunrise. No, this is a software. They were actually using the Insta360 1-inch 360 camera with that software. So there's a software manufacturer out there that works with the Insta360 1-inch camera. So
I am a fan of the Go 3 too. I am. I just don't have enough uses for it to justify
a Peanut V2. Yeah, it's not happening. It would be nice. Give me the Peanut was a larger onboard recording capability. I'd like that. But seriously, I mean, if you're gonna fly drones and you want to stay sub 250, forget taking a camera. Either make the O3 unit ultralight, or get a walk snail and just be happy with the 1080 recording. I know there's something happening with walk snail here soon, but right now China is closed up again till the 6th for their National Day. So I'm sure everybody else get the emails too. No, they have little 10% off deals on everything, but notice the whole country shut down for National Day.
Yeah. like Sean, he's a photographer, you know, and that it just makes. I mean, I'm a photographer, but mostly, just I'm a generic photographer, and that it makes sense for him to own that, you know.
Yeah,
Damn,
I'm a photographer too. I just use this.
I'm gonna fall over. All right.
Now, instead of buying
All you gotta do
fancy
is shut
cameras,
the one.
I just use this, and it works.
All I gotta do is shut the one freaking blind, and I sat there and fought the freaking bindi spot all the whole time. Yeah, but I can't. It's kind of like having a full frame. I don't even own a full frame camera. I don't have a need for it. It's just something I don't do. I don't take a lot of. Just not there yet. Someday maybe. I don't know. I enjoy the fun stuff. The fun little. I like what a full frame camera does. A vlogging camera. I would like one with a 50 mil lens. Be great and walk around and be awesome. That lens is more than the camera. You can get cheap ones, but they suck.
I probably need to remind everybody, hit that thumbs up or thingy down there, wherever it is, right there, and I appreciate it.
Please do. Yeah, we got some fun things. Like I said, the pockets there to a photographer, it's a I don't know, just a niche camera. And they don't, the one thing about the Pocket 2 is that there is a little bit of focal depth, meaning that you do get some blur in your background. So you can get some kind of somewhat pro-like. I would say if getting back, looking at the Pocket 3, we can get that, that professional depth, with the focal length, that would be a huge step forward with that camera that the action cameras don't do, the true action. If they can create, that depth, that lens depth, that would be great. People like the blurry background, man.
And here comes Chuck.
Where's
y'all better watch what you say about Chuck now. He may actually hear you.
Well, guess who's not here yet?
Ben T.
Ben's not here. Where's Ben?
Yeah, but you haven't got your taco call yet either. So
yeah, I won't get a taco call today.
No taco call today?
Mm-mm. I went to lunch late with one of my kids and a coach friend of mine. He invited us out. He wanted to take my kid out for his birthday. And I'm like, can I come with? So that was nice. Coach Haas.
So no taco for you.
No, I already ate. I did have a taco. I had a freaking taco salad. So I stayed with tradition. But I had a taco salad today.
Yeah, I've tried the whole salad thing.
It's not a salad. I mean, I feel bloated. It's full of beans and just hardly a salad.
I feel bloated.
Bean bloat and rice bloat. Your stomach just feels like full in the wrong way. That's what I mean. You call it what you want. I call it bloat.
All right. Hold on. Hold everything.
There we go. Check that lighting adjustment out. You like that? I'm going to get another panel light, and I'm going to replace this big crazy light that I've got. I've got this old this old box light, with the filter in it. And I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. I got a ceiling fan in here. Get rid of that. Get one of those little tiny, like super high tech ceiling fans that has the little tiny spinning things. They go around. That's remote control. We're gonna turn this. We're gonna turn this studio into high tech. All right, what do you got going on there? So we got a pocket tree done.
I'm looking for my salad picture. I got a picture of my last attempt at a salad in here somewhere. And
oh, your salad?
Yeah, I was gonna share that.
Well, you got that new phone. You should have lots of salad pictures. You know, when you get a new phone, you just start taking pictures of all your food.
No, actually, I don't take pictures of my food.
Huh?
I'm not.
Not that many.
I'm not like you.
Oh, I'm looking at TVs. Is that Insignia, the 50-incher that you saw for $219?
Yeah.
That's probably perfect right there.
I have the 55-inch version of that same TV.
The one you told me to get. I've got, I think, a 58 you told me to pick up, and that's great TV. That's a great one. It's been serving me well. 65, you want to spend $400, not for the studio. Nope, we want a budget. I have my my Best Buy open, and the city that it's showing is Compton. I didn't think there was any. I didn't think there was any TVs left there. All right. Oh, look at that. There we go.
Try to make salad.
I failed. That looks like something you get at In-N-Out Burger. Acaricio's here.
Yeah, no, In-N-Out don't have freaking burgers like that.
Acaricio's seafood.
Yeah, it's seafood diet. I see food, I eat it.
I'm trying to find the, and I think, and I'm trying to talk my wife into going Mac this year. I might be going Mac. Yep. That'll be my last step in my computer life, but it's so hard. I told you, it's hard to go back and forth. Really hard. I did a couple of video edits in the last couple of days. I did one on my PC, which, it works good. It's pretty standard, pretty fast rendering. The Mac is just a little different. It's just a little bit quicker, a little snappier. You can see the colors a little bit better on my monitors. It's mostly because I've got such a cheap video card, but it's my own fault, right, Kai?
Well, if you would, convince yourself to spend a little money on a freaking video card for once,
or a PC, I need everything there. It's a $500 computer.
Yeah,
you get what you pay
for. If you were to spend like $250 on a freaking video card, that would make that $500 computer worth it. But you won't listen. You just go spend $250 on another computer, and then you come back and saying that thing ain't working right either.
But it's a step above. This one doesn't even have a USB-C port.
Computer. I
went from one with a USB-C port. This one doesn't. So I moved back actually to get an i7 processor card. I moved backwards, which probably was stupid because I also went back in generation of main motherboard chip. But oh well, you can't tell me that I'm the brightest bulb on the tree.
Oh, we wouldn't accuse you of that.
But I am on the tree. Let's see, Jim. You had a great dinner at Jack Astor's. Thick bruschetta and smoked barbecue burger, fried onions, bacon, cheese fries. One thing,
Yeah.
one thing
My
about
arteries
Texas,
are clogging just listening to that.
one thing about Texas is there are plenty of places to freaking clog your arteries.
Oh, we're good at that.
There's not a bad moment. There's the $79 insignia right there. 169. This is 4K 43-incher for 169.
Yep.
That's the insignia. That's a
I
really good
actually
deal.
have that TV. I have it in my bedroom.
That might be the TV to get.
I have that exact TV. I got it in my bedroom. It used to be in my old office on the wall off here to the side for
That
a
might be
third monitor.
that might be enough back there, you know. If you put too big a one, then I can't have a shelf because I want to still have a shelf so I can put, kind of like you have in the back. You got a few things because you're right off over your shoulder right there. I can put a little shelf right there and have, the bird of the day kind of right there. And then, not everybody has a bobblehead of themselves right there. So, I don't know how many people have bobbleheads of themselves, but that's my bobblehead right there. Doesn't look like me at all. When my son got it, I'm like, it doesn't look like me. Guy's like, that looks like you.
I'll,
I don't see a resemblance.
what I'm amazed at is that you both can bobble the head in the same way. I mean, that's just freaking amazing.
You see that? Oh. Anybody got to go to dinner yet? It's almost 6:00.
Yeah, no, it's time for us to give it up for tonight.
It's good though.
Yeah. No,
Adam,
it's time to give it up.
Yeah. Let's say we gotta save some conversation from another time. But yeah, I'm gonna keep testing, and I think the Mini 3 is gonna stay around for a while. I think I got to keep it for.
Well, again, everybody that's in the U.S. and that remote ID video, you need to watch it. You really need to watch it. And then ask yourself, why do we even stay in this hobby? Because it is absolutely scary. So, everybody was like, "Oh, cool! My drone, is protected by the FAA. You can't just shoot it out there." Well, now comes the backside to that whole thing, because now we get the whole freaking paper trail to go with it, like that 747. Just wait till they start annuals on drones.
We have to do an annual inspection, an annual inspection.
Yeah. Just wait till I start all that. I mean,
if I thought Kai was just blowing smoke right now, and I would say no, quit scaring people. But I don't. There's so much crap that is, the possibility in what he says. I just don't. I don't doubt it. I mean, anything in these days can happen. There's just no getting around that. Hey, I just found a 65-incher for $379. Toshiba. $379. 65 inches. Holy crap. That'd cover up my whole. I wouldn't even see behind me. That's just way too big. We got to keep it real. I don't want to. I got bigger fish to fry this winter. So then
I think that 43 behind you will do.
Yeah, 43 sounds like the right size too. I'm going to do some measuring, and that would be because then I'm going to put it on a swivel mount that I can move out, and then I can kind of balance it. I'm trying to get.
I'll send you the link to the freaking mount that I just bought for my 55 here in the living room. Wall mounted now.
Yeah.
the arm is long enough for my 55 to completely go sideways.
Wow.
I mean, it's
Wow.
out there a ways.
That's wow. That is impressive. The TVs are
Yeah.
getting so light, they're very light.
And I'm on I got that Vizio sound bar, the cheaper one,
Mm-hmm.
under it, because the Insignias, their sound isn't the greatest. But the little Vizio sound bar was reduced from 250 to 200 or something like that. Has the subwoofer and then the rear speakers with it too, if you want them.
No, I'm all the 40s. I'm looking at the 40 class right now. 219 for the 50, 169 for the 43. Direct lit, smart, 4K. Everything's 4K now. I mean, it's not like you have a choice anymore. Gosh, they're so cheap. And then you can't get rid of the one you got. Like that Samsung I got up there, that's probably a 27-inch right there that I have up on my wall right there. It's bigger than a 27. It's a little bigger than a monitor. So it's probably a 32 then. And it's 720. It's been around forever. I think my father-in-law had it hanging in his office and he was going to throw it away. And I'm like, hey, I got a space in my office. Can I grab that? So I put it up there and, then I just bought one of these things, the Fire Stick thing, convert it instantly. It's new TV.
Yeah. Well, the 43-inch will have a Fire Stick built into it. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't have to. You won't have to. That's like they said. I think the one in our room is 48 or 50. Maybe it is 50 something. I don't know. I can't remember. Takes up a whole dresser. It's not mounted to the wall. I couldn't bear after working on the house stick a hole in it yet. But
Well,
I got to yeah. All right, we got to get out of here.
It's been fun. It's been real. We'll do it again next week, same time, same place. Hopefully, I'll get the invites out a little earlier. As far as Central Texas drone meetup of any type, I don't have anything planned at this point. Next weekend's supposed to be raining anyhow, so the football players are out. I don't know what to tell you, but the flying spot that we had has been overrun by football players.
Darn football players. Oh.
Reclaiming their field. Who the hell do they think they are?
And yes, I did have to do another. This is my old registration for my Air 3. Unregistered the Air 3. Added a new registration. Paid the extra dollars.
Yep.
New sticker. New freaking ID card thing. At least they did that. Maybe at least they didn't make it so expensive that because that could have been a killer right there if they every time you re-register another drone.
And that ease of unregistering and re-registering and everything apparently is going to get a lot harder after the 1st of January.
Yeah, it keeps a record of the ones you unregister. It keeps like a continual record. So, a little pilot
all right.
sticker.
Any more words of wisdom?
Nope. Just keep the faith. It's FPV season. Get out and fly as much as you can because you never know. We might not be able to fly. So just keep it going. Until they tell us we can't fly at all, then we're going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. Winter's coming.
We may just have to go dark so they can't look over our shoulders while we're doing it.
No, there'll be a lot of dark flying. We'll have to do a lot of speaking around things.
Yep.
Speaking in riddles.
We're going to develop our own language.
Yes, remember that turtle that I was with last night? Its little legs were too tough for it, so it's having trouble getting off the turtle ground.
All righty then.
All right, something like that. I'm working on that.
On that note, y'all, it's been fun. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you. Bye.